Welcome, my name is Rhonda Parker, and I am the creator behind Words by Parker. If this is your first visit, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today we are going to do our 2023 wrap-up and 2024 goals and plans. I had originally planned for this to be kind of a bundle video with the Channelversary special, and then when I was looking back at older videos I've published, I realized I haven't done a Channelversary special since 2021. So I've missed two. So I think I'm just going to follow the current trend of doing yearly recap. That actually is going to work a lot better for me when I go into YouTube analytics and pull numbers. So we're just going to do this on a yearly basis. It'll be fine. Anyway, so we're retiring the idea of a Channelversary special, but me being the data nerd that I am, I will probably pull numbers for that just because. So, speaking of numbers, let's get started with the yearly recaps. And I actually want to go back to 2021 because there was such a change from then until now. You'll see what I mean. In 2021, there were 2.3 thousand views on the channel, 124.1 hours of watch time, and 19 subscribers joined. In 2022, there were 18.4 thousand views, 1.2 thousand hours of watch time, and 597 subscribers joined the channel. Now, I'm pretty sure that those numbers jumped so far because 2022 was the year the first episode of Renegade Shadow was released. And it was very popular when it came out. So I'm pretty sure that's what caused that jump in numbers. In 2023, there were 41.2 thousand views, 3.7 thousand hours of watch time, and 602 subscribers joined the channel. I pulled these numbers and I'm like, what? Are you kidding? I was shocked, actually. I didn't realize that's where we were. And I know we had a pretty big jump in subscribers when episode 7 of Renegade Shadow came out in September. So yeah, I'm surprised at how the numbers have jumped. I mean, I'm grateful and I'm excited about it, but it's just kind of weird. It's like, how did we double just about everything from last year? What? So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm still in a little bit of shock and a little bit of, oh my gosh, what? So here's some information on 2023 in review. There were 18 videos published, which included 4 episodes of Renegade Shadow, episodes 4 through 7, 4 art reveals for Renegade Shadow, which is where the whelp is drawing the people they've met so far, 1 Q&A for Renegade Shadow, which was also our 1,000 subscriber celebration, 5 script fill audio role plays, including 3 episodes of the An Adventurer's Heart series written by Riley Weeks, 1 standalone audio role play, 1 holiday party audio, which was the Halloween special, 1 voice acting challenge, and 1 demo reel. Quite honestly, that's a lot. I know people are publishing a lot more videos than I am in a year, but for me, that's a lot. I kind of look back on this when I was pulling the numbers and I'm like, wow, I did do a lot last year. It doesn't feel like it, but it feels like it. But it's very odd. It's a very odd feeling, just so you know. I also marked 3 names off my dream collab list last year. So for those of you who don't know, I have what I call a dream collab list. It's basically I would love to work with these folks, but I'm dreaming if I think I ever will. And my goal is always to mark at least 1 name off the list. Last year I marked off 3, which was surprising, exciting, and I'm still kind of like, huh? Really? So let's start off with the first one was ZSakuVA. And actually I'm part of a collab on his channel and he's part of one on mine. I am playing Nira Athalan in The Noble Trials over on his channel, and he is currently playing Edmund Starcrest in An Adventurer's Heart, the script fill that I'm doing on my channel. The second was Redacted Audio, who is currently part of Renegade Shadow. He is playing the Mysterious Alpha. And yes, you will eventually find out who the Mysterious Alpha is. No, I'm not saying it right now. Although just know, it's hard for me to not use his name. I have to stop and think. It's like, don't call him by his name. So, anyway. And the third name that I marked off the list, which technically we didn't do a collab, but I wrote something and he produced it, so I'm going to count it for purposes of the Dream Collab list, and that was Cardlin Audio. He actually produced 2 of my scripts last year, and that first one very much felt like I was coming full circle, because when I got into listening to audio role plays about 6 or 7 years ago, Cardlin Audio was one of the first ones I listened to. So now that I'm not just a listener, I'm also a VA in the space, it was just really kind of surreal's not the right word, but that's the word I'm going to go with. So it definitely felt like I was coming full circle, and definitely made me pause and think. I'll say that. I released 4 episodes of Renegade Shadow, which is 1 more than was released in 2022, which is pretty exciting. I wish I could get episodes out faster, but there's a lot of planning that goes into these episodes. There's a lot of planning that goes into putting them together, and the editing itself is, it's a nightmare. I will just be quite honest. It's completely worth it when I sit down and listen to it and go, there it is. It's all there. It's so good. But it does take a lot of work. And I know you guys want episodes faster, and I'm sorry that I can't get them to you any faster than I do, but I am hoping to get some big things in the story done this year. And I worked on collabs with Aelswyth Audio. I play Petra in Dragon Queen. FernVA, I play Krakenna in Break of Dawn. Maladaptive Daydream, I play the newscaster in Lost and Found, and Captain Martine in Stone and Steel. And ZSakuVA, I play Nira in The Noble Trials. So, we can't talk about all the good stuff in 2023 without talking about the not so great stuff. I went through a few months of a severe creative block, which impacted my ability to write or record or do anything much on the creative side. Quite honestly, I have never had a block that severe, and it kind of scared me. I'm not necessarily used to being able to shake it off and go on, but this was just, I couldn't do a thing. And it really hindered my ability to do everything I wanted to do last year. There were other videos that I had planned for to do in 2023, and I just couldn't, because I couldn't shake off this block. It finally got broken. I don't remember how, but it got broken. And I'm grateful, but I don't ever want to be in that kind of place again. So I'm trying to be cognizant of taking care of myself, such as getting a decent amount of sleep when I can, taking vitamins and supplements, making sure I'm taking my meds. And to be honest, it's a struggle most days. Self-care is not my forte. I don't know that it's many people's forte, but it is definitely not my forte. But I also remember what it was like last year, and I don't want to go back to that. So I'm hoping that me being more cognizant of taking care of myself will help me to keep going and stay on track in 2024. So speaking of 2024, let's talk about the goals and plans I have for this year. I have broken these down into 3 categories: things I plan to do, things I want to do, and things I hope to do. We'll go into more of why those are broken down that way. So, things I plan to do. These are the things that I definitely have in the schedule. This is what I want to do. This is the plan. So, obviously the big one is to continue working on Renegade Shadow. I am hoping to produce episodes 8 through 11, or possibly 12. I would love to get through 12 if I could. Big things are coming up in the story. If I can, I'm just going to put it that way. If we can, I do want to do our villain reveal this year. There will also be new character art reveal videos. More of the Carson Wolves and their allies, so we've not met the entire pack yet, just FYI. And of course, our main villain. The second thing I plan to do is start and finish, hopefully, a steampunk audio drama series. Audio drama meaning no listener. This is just straight up story. I am super excited about this one, so there's more to come. There will be new and returning VAs on this one, and we're all pretty stoked about it. We're excited to get started. That won't get started till later this year, but I will tell you the title and the general setting. So the title of the Steampunk series is Smoke and Mirrors, a Davenport and Griffin adventure. And Davenport and Griffin are Victorian secret agents. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say, because if I start talking about it, I'm going to gush like a dork, and then, yeah, we'll be here all night. So I don't want to do that. So that's all I'll say for now, but I am super excited about getting this series started. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and the cast is also really excited, so this is going to be a good one. Another thing I want to do is to start posting what I call side stories from the Renegade Shadow universe, and that includes stories from the characters' past. Sometimes when I get blocked on a project, whether it's Renegade Shadow or something else, I'll write a side story and just, it could be anything. It could be something from the character's past, it could be their future, it could be their present. But it helps me to kind of get through that block and work through it a little bit. But it also lets me learn more about my characters. I mean, yes, I wrote the characters, I created them, but there's still a lot that I don't know about them yet. And I know that sounds weird, but when you're writing in a limited focus, sometimes you don't know your characters as well as you think you do. So I've actually learned a lot about my characters and who they are by doing this. So I want to share some of these. I can't share all of them because some of them are future state and you can't see that yet. I plan to share these stories on my Tumblr. These will not be voiced or recorded audio stories. These are just going to be plain old written stories. I'll be posting them on my Tumblr, but I also plan to post them on my website on my story blog. So stay tuned for more of those. I also plan to work on fleshing out the Words by Parker wiki, also known as the Parkerverse wiki. I'm going to call it the Parkerverse because that just makes sense. Words by Parker, Parkerverse. It's easy to associate, so there you go. But I want to add to it and get it fleshed out as much as I can. With Renegade Shadow, I am posting, basically if it's been revealed in the series, it's going to get posted on the wiki. I am behind, so bear with me. I do love a good wiki. I love reading wikis. I learn a lot from wikis, so this is definitely on my list that I want to do this year to make the wiki better, so more to come. And the last thing that is on my plan to do list is to post the Mages Guild questline from Elder Scrolls Online with a voiced player character. So I did a whole playthrough and fanfic series called A Breton of House Ravenwatch and played through 3 different zones in ESO and wrote fanfics to go with it to really place this character in the world. It was a lot of fun. That series is like 40 different videos of gameplay. I did not voice Isabel Kingston, who is the player character in that one. However, in this one for the Mages Guild questline, I will be voicing the character. Her name is the Forgotten Librarian, and she is a Dunmer Arcanist. I don't remember how they pronounce it in the game. I'll have to go back and listen again. But she is going to go through the Mages Guild questline with Shea Gorath, who happens to be my favorite Daydream prince, and I'll tell you why. Yes, he's crazy. Yes, he's technically unpredictable, but really he's not. It's kind of like the devil you know. You know he's crazy going in, so you're kind of automatically going, what? So this is the first time I'll be doing a playthrough where I actually voice the player character, which I hope doesn't get me in any kind of trouble with Bethesda or ZeniMax. Shouldn't, but who knows? It is an odd landscape out there now. I do have all the game footage recorded. I don't have all the voiceover recorded. But this is definitely something I want to do on my list. I love that quest line. I think it's highly entertaining, and JB Blanc as the Daedric Prince Sheogorath does a phenomenal job. He's one of my favorite voice actors anyway, and he plays several characters in the Elder Scrolls universe and plays them all well, trust me. He also plays Devaith Fear, which is another one of my favorite characters, but his Sheogorath is it is just beautiful. So more to come. I don't know when I'll start it, but hopefully I'll get to start it soon. Moving on to things I want to do. These are things that basically I'll work in as I can. I would love to do them this year, but if I don't get them done this year, it'll be okay. I can start them next year. So the first thing I want to do is more short form videos, and that includes promos like you've already seen for Renegade Shadow, but also comedy skits. I have an idea for a series that I think people will enjoy. At least I hope they will. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. The second thing I want to do is, I don't know what else to call these, so I'm going to call them soundscape scenarios. Basically, it's like relaxing audios and or sleep aids that are set in the universes I write in. So, for example, one might be Night at the Carson Homestead. So there wouldn't really be a lot of talking. It would just be the sounds you would probably hear if you were staying in the guest room at the Carson house. So there might be nature sounds outside. There might be rain if it's raining that night. There might be some wind if it's windy. There may be footsteps going past the door because Tyler or Judith have woken up and gone to the library to read, or the kitchen for a snack or something like that. So it's kind of that concept, and it's not so much listener focused. It's more you're a fly on the wall. So it's scenes from universes, I guess, but it's meant to be relaxing. It's meant to be a sleep aid. I am a huge fan of sleep aid audios. I actually have a few that I keep handy for nights when I can't sleep, when my anxiety just won't shut up. So this, for me, is a nice way to do my own sleep aids and kind of give back a little, if I can. So we'll see what happens. I also want to start working on a custom voice Skyrim follower mod with FernVA. Fern will voice the character and I'll be building the mod. Now, this requires me to relearn Skyrim modding, and it has been a hot minute, like 9 years of a hot minute. Actually, has it been longer than that? I don't know. I'd have to, it's been a while. It's been at least 8 or 9 years since I did a mod. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed learning how to, take this character, build them, and put them in the world, but yeah, it's been a while, so I basically have to relearn modding. But this is something for Fern and I that it's kind of like, when we get time, we'll get to it. So, but we are hoping to try to get started on some of it this year. I also want to give live streaming a try. The idea of being live freaks me out because you guys hear me in these rambles like this. There is so much that hits the cutting room floor because I'm like, oh, that sounded stupid. I need to redo that. So being live makes me nervous, but I do want to give it a try. I am trying to challenge myself to do new things, and that is definitely a new thing. But it also makes me, challenge myself and make me step outside my comfort zone. So we will see. I don't know what I do. I might do like me relearning Skyrim modding, which could be entertaining. Of course, it also might be a lot of me staring at the screen and going, wait, where did I find that again? I thought about maybe doing some Let's Plays or Let's Replays on live stream. And I also thought about just, generic kind of, I guess, hang out and chat or something. I don't know. I don't know that much about live streaming. I've never done it. So I'd like to give it a try. But I don't know. We'll see. Another thing I want to do is behind the scenes or what I do kinds of videos, such as how I approach sound design. I had someone tell me that they thought the sound design for an episode of Renegade Shadow was very immersive and they really enjoyed that. And I thought, that would be kind of neat to deconstruct that and talk about, how I approached the sound design for that episode or sound design in general. And also kind of show what pieces make up that episode. I like behind the scenes content, and I always think it's fun to see how people do things because you never know what you're going to learn. And it wouldn't just be sound design. I might take on like writing or other stuff. I'm not an expert, and I'm sure there are people out there who are doing this much better than me, but I thought it would be fun to share. So yeah, that's something I definitely would like to do if I can. And the last thing on my want to do list is to start doing commissions for custom scripts and custom audios. This one is difficult for me because I'm not good at monetary value for what I do. But I also don't want to start doing commissions, which somebody is paying me to do, and then I fall behind because either life gets in the way or my own project work gets in the way. So this one's kind of a gray area for me. I would like to start doing it, but at the same time, I want to make sure I can handle it first. So it's on the want to do list, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And so now we'll move on to the things I hope to do, which these are things that would be nice, but there's other factors involved other than just me. So the first thing is to do more collabs with other creators, either on their channel or on my channel or on both. I love doing collabs and I love working with other people to tell stories. And as an actor, it is really good for me to be able to work with a character I didn't write because I don't know that character up front. I have to learn who they are from the writer or the director, or if this is the same person, that person, and and figure it out from the script and from what they want and how to play that character. So it's really good for me as an actor. But I just have fun doing collabs. It's always nice to work with other people and stuff. Another thing I'd like to do is to mark at least one name off of the Dream collab list. That is always a goal. So that's another hope to do, because again, it's not dependent on just me. I also hope I can maintain my sanity for reasons that we talked about earlier. I don't ever want to have a creative block again. And I don't want to get to the point where what I do as a writer and a VA becomes work and I don't want to do it. I mean, it is work, don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to become tedium. I don't want it to become, oh, I have to get this done. Oh, I have to do this. I still want to be able to say, oh, I do this because I enjoy it, because I want to, because I love being a storyteller, which I do. All of that's true. But I want to make sure I can maintain my sanity and not drive myself crazy with my day job and not drive myself crazy with my rest of the time job. So we'll see. Taking care of myself is part of that, but I definitely have to maintain my sanity this year. It's not good if I don't. And the last thing I hope to be able to do is to learn how to compare myself to others less often. Imposter syndrome is real. Comparison with everybody and their brother is also real. And it's something I struggle with for a number of reasons. But I know from the feedback you guys have given me, from the popularity of some of the stories that I'm telling on the channel, that I'm doing something right. I must be doing something right. But it's hard when, your friends are doing great things and you're really happy for them. But at the same time, you start comparing yourself and you start going, wow, maybe I should do more videos. Maybe I should do more of this. It's not healthy. We all do it. And in fact, in this day and age, we're just programmed to do it at this point. I mean, look at social media. Social media is everyone's highlight reel. You don't always see the behind the scenes stuff. So I am hoping to learn some ways to not compare myself to other people as often. It's going to happen. I'll never get rid of it, but I don't want it to interfere with what I'm doing. Let's put it that way. And if you haven't noticed by now, I don't have any subscriber goals because I already reached the goal that I set for myself years ago, which was 1,200 subscribers. Anything past that is awesome, but I'm not shooting for a specific number. Right now we have 1,258 subscribers on the channel at the time of recording. That may change by the time I get this edited and posted, but yeah, that's really exciting. And thank you all for being here. I'm so glad you all are here. It's just really weird and exciting all at the same time. So, but yeah, I don't have any other subscriber goals. As much as it would be really cool to see Words by Parker on a play button, that requires 100,000 subscribers, and I could not handle that many people. There is no way. That would absolutely freak me out. 500 freaked me out. 1,000 freaked me out. So it's like getting into those like 5 and 6 digit numbers. No, thank you. I'm good. And that sounds weird. It's like, geez, you have no ambition. No, I have ambition. I have plenty of ambition. Just not for that. Oh my gosh. No. I hit the number that I said I wanted to reach when I started the channel. I'm good. I am good with that number. So to wrap up, I just want to say thank you for being here, for spending your precious time with my stories, for interacting with likes and comments and shares and all of that and subscriptions. I very much appreciate it. And I know I say thank you a lot on the channel, but as someone who spent years, decades really, being afraid to share her work, the fact that you're choosing to engage with my stories means so much to me. As my younger friends say, we love to see it. I don't know how long I'll be making content to put out on YouTube. I hope it's many years to come. We'll see what happens. But I love what I do, and I love that you want to spend your time here. Every like, every subscription, every comment, and I read all the comments. I don't always respond to them, but I do read every single one. They mean so much. And I know it's a little thing. I know it's like 5 seconds out of your day, but trust me, it means a whole lot to the creator. Not just me, that's any creator. So engage with other creators' work. Leave them comments and likes. They love it. I'm just saying. So there you go. 2023 is done and in the books, and now we are moving forward into 2024. And I cannot wait to share some of this stuff that's on my schedule with you and to tell you more about things as they come up. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click on the like button. If you didn't, click the dislike button. And if you want to see more content from me and you aren't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then tap the bell to get notifications. Thank you again for being here, and I will talk to you again soon.